computer.
There you go. Okay. So we have a couple things we wanted to definitely share for you guys tonight. And you want to talk about the first one? Okay.
So tomorrow is the flash sale. I know some of you probably have already seen that. But they snuck this in on us because I don't think anybody really knew about this. But make sure your PWS is active. If you do not have an active PWS, then you cannot shop the sale. You can go on your workstation and check that to make sure that you have an active PWS. Also, go to create a party. I'm going from the workstation, but go to create a party if you don't have a party open, and make sure you link that party so you can earn rewards. And also, if you're sharing with your customers, ask them, do they want a party link? I set up a party link for one of my customers today, and I'm going to be sending out a project broadcast tomorrow morning to see if anybody, because for us, it drops at 3. Okay, so for us, it'll be tomorrow Eastern. It'll be tomorrow at 3. Make sure that you're sending out information so that your customers know, because this is a special thing that they're doing. And then make sure there's a few graphics out. I know it said on the news tab, make sure you're using your own graphics and everything, but people have shared some of those, and we can put those in our team pages and make sure that they're in the team pages for everybody. It is, and this is what I always tell my team, it is a first come, first serve kind of thing. If you set your expectations for things to sell out, this is up to 80% off, y'all. This is going to be huge. You can do a Christmas in July kind of thing if you want to promote it like that to get their Christmas shopping done. But please set your expectations so that your customers know that things will sell out pretty fast. Once they sell out, there's like an allotment. So since he does like an allotment of this is how many of this particular product that we can sell in the flash sale, and once they sell out, they still have that product and it's going to go back to the regular price. So they did say that in the news article that they'll have some of this stuff probably left over, but there's only a certain amount of an allotment. It's not till like they sell every single product that they have in the warehouse. It's the allotment that they have allowed for this flash sale for it to sell out. But make sure you let your customers know there is going to be a queue. So there is going to be a queue starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And you want to make sure that your customers are aware of that also. And you can also tell them to expect a crashing of the computers and the internet. I definitely tell my customers, they have to be patient. If they want to get in, they have to be patient, but it's going to crash. I mean, it always does. We always know that. And I mean, for my team, I know they're very positive about this. I don't get a lot of riffraff on ours about them saying, negative things about it, because we set the expectations before it actually happens. So that prepare your customers, make it a fun kind of thing. Can we break the internet? That's what and you can even promote it like that. Can we break the internet, and see what they can do, and make it a fun thing. Don't make it like, all right, I got to get this done and I got to get this done. Make it a fun thing. This is an extra bonus that Cincy gave us this month, and it can be huge and it can be very successful if you promote it right. So if you promote it where, oh my God, everything sold out before I could get in there, or it took it out of my cart, or it did something like that, that's not to me a positive way to do it. You want to do it in a fun way to where, okay, who got something? Let me see what you got. That's what I kind of think. And that's the way I present it to my customers, and show me what you got. If you were lucky enough to get something, what did you get? So that's just the way that I do it for me. What about your group?
Yeah, the VIP groups, it seems like if you keep it exciting and you say something like, okay, here we go, ready, set, go, who's on, how many minutes do you have, screenshot how many minutes you have, and just like making it a game, they do a lot better. And they're like, oh my gosh, I had this and it's gone. And you never know, because some other people be like, I'm in right now, what do you need? And if you let them know what's going on, it's gonna go a lot better. Don't over promise. I think you just said that, but don't over promise anything. People are gonna probably messaging you and saying, "Hey, I saw that this was on the sale. Can you get it for me?" I'm not getting anything for anybody because I don't like to take that responsibility.
Those little things in Lake Michigan. If the rock is
Hold up.
supposed to protect the eggs over the whole course of the harvest.
There we go. I don't like to promise anybody anything. I used to, and it would burn me up because it would sell out before I could even get it. So now I'm like, I'm getting it the same way that you guys are getting it. Let me know if you get in first, because if so, then I might have some things I need you to put in. And so I always make sure that my customers and that you know, the people that are in the parties and stuff, that they all know. If you have any Facebook parties going on, make sure you put, okay, ready, set, go. Here goes the flash sale. Hook it to their party. Somebody asked us if it will go into a party if you already have a party. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. If you already, because I'm live in our group too.
Right.
If you already have a party open, yes, you can definitely put the link to the flash sale from that party so that person gets the credit. If not, you can let them know, please make sure that you're hooking it to this party. Those are like some of the real important things that I think that we forget about, that make it a lot easier for our customers if they feel like they're in the know. If they don't feel like they're in the know and that they're not valued and that they're not appreciated, they're not gonna play. They're not gonna stay in line, they're not gonna do any of the things. So anyway, and you said we have to have a website. And
Yeah, like
whoops. There, let me fix it again. Oh, there it is. And the other thing is you want to make sure that you go ahead and you make your party links on there for your people. So I'm going to go on there in a little bit later because they threw this at us. I didn't know about it. No one knew about it. So they threw us at us to be able to help us for June. So when they give us something like this, it's really truly a blessing because they see there's a need. And then all we need to do is be able to maximize the potential of it as much as we can by messaging, emailing all of our customers. So if we think of anything else, so we'll say something. Does anybody have any pointers or anything they've done in the past with their customers that you guys would like to share? Because you can just unmute yourself, and if there's anything that we didn't cover with how to get any orders, you can just unmute yourself. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is did you guys get the message about Cincy Connect? Okay, so you've been using it for a while, right?
yes.
Okay, so I'll let you tell about it.
So raise
If
your
that's
hand. I
okay.
can't see you, but raise your hand if you used to use
So
Amy, whatever, Sell with Amy or whatever it was. If you love that, then you're gonna love Cincy Connect. So I've been in a beta group for a few months now, and everybody has Cincy Connect now. So if you haven't downloaded the app, let me kind of show you what the app looks like.
it's amazing.
It's, let's see if I can get up there close enough to it. It's the one up there on the side, the purple one. It looks like our wax bar, and it says Cincy Connect. It's got a star on the inside of it. So whenever you first go into it, you have a dashboard, you have your contacts, which all of your contacts from your workstation are already in there. You do not have to import anything in there. The Connect, actually, mine says I have, let me see if I can get it close enough. 21 connections that I need to make, and this is kind of like what it looks like on the home screen. You can add contacts and update contacts, but when you push on connect, it goes to order follow-up and then product marketing and promotions. So one fun thing about that is under new marketing, so if you go to new marketing and you click on, that's our warmer of the month right there for July. If you click on promote, it's going to tell you a list of your, don't give my customers' names out. It's going to tell you a list of customer, well, you can't see them, but a list of customers that they have purchased something similar to that scent or to that, you know, warmer or whatever they have, that you can market this to and you can send this to them. So these people that are on my list here, they probably love something lavender and they've ordered lavender something before because that's what our scent of the month is. But that's under like the new products under Connect and everything. Make sure your notifications are turned on, okay? Because you want to be able to respond back to your people. Like this is a texting and email, but I mostly use texting because I have not had a lot of luck with email. My people don't really respond well to email. If they get a text on their phone, then they're going to respond back to that. But make sure that your notifications are set to on and you can use that to make sure you're carrying on that conversation and not just blindly sending stuff out to them.
Oh, that reminds me of something. So one thing you can do to test how you can communicate with your customers is through your email tomorrow when you're sending the flash sale information, make a different link for just your email. And then when the people that you text, whether you're using Project Broadcast, whether you're using Cincy Connect, whatever you're using, make a different link. And then you will see which ones are getting hit the most and who is looking at where. I found that out. That was something I was going to tell you that we could add to the Excel. Because I have emailers that would check their email that don't even look at their text, and that's where they shop from me. And then if I miss emailing them, I miss those people. And so it's really neat. It's a neat little thing you can do to be able to tell just from what link they shopped to be able to tell how you were communicating with them. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. But I mean,
I got a question because I know you love Project Broadcast. Are you going to cancel your Project Broadcast and use this strictly?
me?
Mm-hmm.
No, because
No.
it doesn't have all of the bells and whistles that Project Broadcast has.
No.
Okay.
I have become very comfortable with Project Broadcast. My people know that that's my business number that it's coming from. And I did see somebody asking on, it was either director page or star director page, was this app going to intermingle with Project Broadcast? And nobody's responded yet, but I like for their phone number, if they can put their phone number in there. But I don't know if they're going to be able to do that or not. But for me, no, I will keep my Project Broadcast because I like the landing pages. I like to be able to, send out that, like I shared, if you're in our Leaders Lounge chat, I shared my team text message that I send out every month. And I also include a newsletter in there for them that has all the things that are happening. And I also do one for my customers each month. So for me, that is a lot more valuable than, and I do my follow up and I do my onboarding. I do everything in Project Broadcast. So, I mean, I do
my onboarding and I schedule my posts in Project Broadcast. So I guess you can't schedule posts in the Connect yet.
Not yet. Not yet. And the other thing you can do, you can take that link from your landing page and put it into your emails and into your text and into other platforms where you can't do that yet with this.
Right.
So that's
I don't think I'm using Project Broadcast to the fullest yet because all I'm doing is having tags. I have my customers, I have my teams, and that's as far as I've gone. Although I do have the onboarding schedule thing that I've set up for new customers, but that's it.
Now, if you're in the Project Broadcast Facebook page, I know Annette was I was showing.
Yeah.
They'll give you all kinds of codes that you can just import and then just turn it into your own. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah. And you can share codes, like don't recreate the wheel. Like I have every single month, I have my same newsletter that's in there. So what I do is I go in, I get all the images and I copy all the images. I save them to my desktop. So whenever I go in and I update my newsletter, I'm taking that one from June, I changed it to July, and then I just took, whatever the warmer of the month, the flag USA warmer last month, I just put the new warmer, the lavender, in there on that. And I mean, you just replace it. So you don't have to create it every single time. It saves those landing pages in there. All you have to do is update it. But if somebody does something different that you want, you can use a code. Or like once I got mine finished, I had all the pictures, all the things in there. I sent Shannon the code. I sent Marcella and Christy and Anna. I sent them all the code for mine. So all they had to do was go in and change their URLs for any clicks that I had on mine that went to my personal website. to their personal website, and team specific, you can make it like that. But for
That's
the
what I showed you
customer-
in it last Friday.
Yeah, for the customers though, it would be pretty much the same information. You just have to, change your PWS sites in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got 6,000.
Definitely need to do a project broadcast
That's
training.
okay. Well, we can totally do that when
Yeah.
we get back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely need to do a
Yeah, because I need some more. I need more on
Probably
that.
need to, like, they need to be on the computer. Or they need to be watching us on the phone and then doing it on the computer. don't you
Yeah,
think?
yeah,
Yeah.
look, when we start, I have looked, let me just tell you, real life here, okay? I had project broadcast for probably 2 years. And every time I pull it up, I've heard about it. Every time I pull it up, I just stare at it because it was very overwhelming, very overwhelming, very intimidating. And I was just like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. So
We
we went to our retreat. Okay, Marcella, one of my star directors, and Christy, we had a retreat up in Gatlinburg, and all the girls were talking about it, how much they loved it, how much it did birthdays and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, all right, I really, really, really need to do this because they just say it's made a big, huge difference in their whole business or whatever. So I got back and I was telling Shannon about the retreat and how we were talking about all of this, and Shannon was like, well, I've had it too and I've never used it. So we made a pact and we sat and we got online and we had our computers here, we had our iPads here, and we made sure that we went through and we figured this out together. So if we can figure this out together, we can figure it out together with you guys. So
exactly. And that, if you can figure out all the silhouette stuff and everything we do,
yeah,
t-shirts, you can totally do this because I got called out. They had a Cincy call for Project Broadcast. And she called me out to ask me how I was using it, and I wasn't using it yet. I was just kind of like eavesdropping, listening in just to see. And she's like, well, let's just pull yours up. And she pulled up mine. I had like 25,000 credits and nothing. And she was like, oh, we're going to talk after. Well, Joanne or somebody like that. So, yeah.
And the good thing about the Facebook page for Cincy is that's actual Project Broadcast people, not Cincy people, employees that are in there. So if you ever have a question, you can ask and see, they'll answer any question pretty much within a couple of minutes or so once you post something on that page. There's several of them in there that do that. But we definitely will do
we'll do it. We'll totally do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it when we get back from SFR.
Yeah, it will definitely help you out tremendously. But as far as Connect goes, if you don't want, and Project Broadcast is $18 a month, so for me, that's a tax write-off, but it's totally worth it to keep up with the communication between my customers and my team.
Yes, it is.
But the Connect is.
She was asking if it's the bar with the star.
Yes, it is the bar with the star. The Cincy Connect that they have now is, if you loved Amy, it's kind of like Amy, but it's evolving as Amy. Okay, so it's kind of like, it's kind of like that. But I'm used to Project Broadcast now, so I'm not going to give that up. Even though this is, this is a free app or whatever, and you can do what you want to with it. But I like my landing pages because I like to be, and it's almost like a website.
Yeah,
for them to do. That's what a landing page
is. But this is quick follow up. I mean, this is great because you can go in and say 16, and then you can, like, if you like to see the numbers go away, you can check them off. Kind of like with Amy. Because if you log in and then you say, does it say these are your to dos like Amy did?
Well, that's what my tasks are.
So your tasks to do are, and then it says connect with this many people, new product marketing.
Yeah.
And managing your contacts
and all of this was pulled over for you
from your workstation. Every single thing is in there.
Yeah, so every time you add your new customer information or anything, it automatically updates.
Yes. Okay. Brings it right over.
Yeah.
I put something in last night and it was on this morning. And it, make sure you follow up in 3 days with whatever. So yeah, it's immediate.
Yeah.
So
real lifetime.
They've been working on this for a really long time, as you guys know. And they didn't want to release it until they had it perfected.
Yeah. And I feel like for those of you that are going to SFR, this will be a huge training thing that's at SFR. I'm sure there's going to be a booth, that people can go and ask questions and they'll show you different things on there. So if you're going to that, make sure you go to that expo or whatever that training is that they do.
Definitely.
But we'll we'll do a project broadcast training because we definitely need that.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people
Get
on
your
my team
notebook
want to
out.
do it. Yes, get your notebook out. Get
Yeah.
your patience out.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like irritating. I've been in Annette's and we've been doing things. And she's like, wait, what cloud do I do? What's the bundle? And I'm like, I know. I call Michelle and be like, Michelle, I forgot. I hadn't done this in like a
Right,
week.
right. Yep. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. Cause my friend Marcella, she was like the one that really picked up on the landing pages first, and Anna, and by the time they figured it out and everything and they were sharing the codes, now I'm more used to like doing it and adding stuff in and putting my own stuff in there kind of thing now. So the more you do it, the more comfortable you will be with it. So, and it's
Yeah, I love Project Broadcast because that's how I keep up with my customers that I meet at events that haven't bought from me.
mhm,
And either they didn't give me their email address or they just gave me their phone number or vice versa. That's how, and they want, like, they don't have Facebook or something like that. That's how I keep up with people not getting lost.
yep. And
Yeah.
especially, I have some teamies that don't use Facebook. So they look forward to this newsletter, that's going to tell them everything that's happening in the month. And if we drop something new, I'll shoot, like in the morning, I'm going to shoot a message to all of my teamies and let them know, hey, how are you promoting this? I'll give them some tips on how to promote the sale and everything. But for those that are not on social media, this is huge. This is huge for them because it is the connection to the team to be able to, have some type of, you know, connection with everything else and not just on social media. So I have several that are not on social media that are on my team.
And I think one thing that's really nice about, because you guys have seen the newsletter that I've sent out, but the one thing about the newsletter is that it's so user friendly.
Mhm.
It's not like logging into the workstation and having to search things, because it's not like, hey, this is what's happening this month. And there is a planning ahead, but it's not like
Right.
click this, click that. So that's good for Project Broadcast too.
And within the landing pages, you can add URL sites where you can click on that and it'll take you to like your PWS for your customers. But in the team one, it'll take you to like the Cincy Success Pass, or you can, open up the Cincy, your workstation, and do like compliance or something like that, that you want to talk about. You can actually put a link in there that when you click on that, it's going to take them to their workstation for them to log in, and then it's going to take them to that area that you're talking about. So there's a lot of opportunities for like the training tab. You can talk about the training tab in your newsletter and point them towards the training tab that's on Cincy. And, there's a lot of things that you can do with it that's, beneficial to everybody in general.
Yes.
Do you have a reinstate onboarding?
I do.
Do you mind? Would you like to share that?
I can, and I'll be honest with you. I am in the process of. I'll share what I have because you're going to want to update yours too. But I will, because instead of like especially for the beginning onboarding, we don't have the shoot. What is the thing that we used to have on the front screen whenever they join?
The sensational start list.
Yeah,
yeah.
the list that you
Checklist.
have to do. Now it's the success paths. So
Mhm.
I need to change mine up and put that on there. But I do have a reinstate one that I can post the code for that. Are you in our leadership?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll post that for you because this month already I've had 3 reinstatements already this month. So and some of them, I think one of them was mine before and 2 of them were not mine before. So they came back and signed up under me. So that's really beneficial to send that out because that way they get to know me. And in my onboarding for new consultants, I do shorts. I send them videos of me. And I know a lot of people will like put videos of other consultants or other, SSDs doing trainings or stuff like that. But when I set mine up and I did mine, I wrote it out. I took a legal pad and I wrote out exactly what I wanted to put in each one of mine. And then I went to YouTube and I did the shorts, the little 1-minute videos or whatever that addressed each one of the things that I were talking to them about. That way they could see and hear me when they got the text. They get a little video. They can see and hear me. It's not a long drawn out thing. And it's not somebody else training them. Because that to me was very important to me. I don't mind sharing trainings, once you get into my group and get into things like that. But for me, if you're just joining me and you're just reinstating under me, I want you to see and I want you to hear me, because I'm the one that you chose, to be your sponsor. So I want you to be able to have confidence enough in me that I'm sharing things that I know and not saying, oh, well, here's Shannon's training on on this, that, and the other, and I'm not knocking any other consult. I'm not knocking it because Lord knows I love me some YouTube and I watch a bunch of trainings. I watch a lot of trainings, but when I do that, I want them to know that that's me, that's your sponsor, and that's just me. So I pre-recorded a bunch of little videos so I could put those in there and add those to the each little drip that comes out from it.
And something fun I'm gonna add to the reinstatement thing is that something that I've started to do is that when someone actually terminates, whenever you actually get the thing that they're going to terminate and you let them know, you're going to terminate, it's been what, a year? And then they terminate, I will message them after they terminate and ask them for an exit interview to find out why they didn't stay. Then when they come back and they reinstate, I do an entry interview and find out what they feel was missing. Because if they feel, I added something.
I'm gonna take that note right quick. You just go ahead.
If they feel like their sponsor didn't do this for them or their director didn't do this for them, they need to know right away they're in charge of their business. It's not their sponsor or their director's responsibility to work their business. Now they're supposed to guide them to the resources, but some people love to say, that so-and-so didn't do this, so therefore I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I'm sorry. Right. We have Success Pass now. We have your own workstation. We are an independent consultant. And that's one of the biggest things I've had to bust with people, especially people who reinstate, and they reinstate under me instead of somebody else. And they'll come over just talking all kinds of smack about, well, so-and-so. I'm like, stop. No, clean slate. Clean slate. This is your business. What do you want out of it? When did you see success? Let's go back to that. And I just keep them on a trajectory of going forward and not talking about what happened before, because if they focus on that, they're going to be looking for that in the next go around. And then they're going to tell themselves once they see it, I knew I couldn't do it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's really important. And that's been one of my biggest success steps with reinstatements.
That's true. I didn't think about that, but I definitely wrote that down. My 3 that I just got, I'm going to be messaging them tomorrow to set up a interview.
Yeah. And if you, and whenever they leave, it's very important to catch it right when they leave and do that exit interview. Why it didn't work out. I'm saying I didn't have time, or I thought that it was going to be this way and it wasn't, whatever. Now can I take care of you as a VIP? Now can I show you how my customer service looks? And then if you want to come back, you'll kind of have an idea of what I did.
Yep.
And so it's really helped. I mean, I believe that we're going to have a ton of reinstatements after SFR. When they see what's happening and they see all of the not FOMO, but the excitement and the contagious spirit, people are going to want to come back. They're going to be messaging you while you're at SFR, if you're watching it virtually. How do I reinstate? How do I reinstate? I want to get blah, 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 blah. So guess what? It's going to happen.
Heidi and Orville are back. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be big.
But I also have a will cancel and will lose your downline campaign drip. So if in the beginning of the month, for those that will cancel, I'll send them a message and it lets them know, hey, please don't go. This is your month, to get at least active this month so you can stay for the next 12 months. And then in the middle of the month, I'll send it out again, hey, is there anything you need, or, any of that stuff. And you can go, okay, let's just say I sent Shannon a message and say, hey, this is your month to get active. I sent her this on the 1st. This is your month to get active. Let me know if you need any help. Here's some tips and ideas to get active. We want you to stay around for the next 12 months. If you get active, you will. And then you got to watch though. In mine, I make a list of who's going to terminate. So I make a list because in the drip, if they get active, it's not going to stop the mid sending out and then the end sending out, because it's going to assume that they're taking all this time to do that. So if Shannon got active on day 5 and on day 15, I was like, hey, I'm here to help you. You're still not active and all this other stuff, so you have to be mindful of some of that stuff, and you have to go back into your project broadcast and check those out, because once that person gets active, then all you got to do is go in there and say, take that person out of the contact list, and then they're not going to get those messages that are scheduled out in advance for that. So that's it.
Okay, so let me read this and we
Okay.
can answer this. Sarah said, why do I feel guilty then? Said, guilty as in I feel responsible for my people. I know it's up to them to run their business, but I know, or at least feel like I'm not doing enough or doing what I could be. I would say that all of us
Mm-hmm.
deal with that.
Yeah.
Every single one of us. I feel like I don't do enough at where I am. Especially when someone leaves and you just know it was meant for them.
Yeah.
So how would you answer that?
I totally agree. And I mean, y'all know I'm an open book, and if you're in the leaders lounge, you see stuff that, we're talking about in there. And, for me, my team was up to almost like 700, just like 3 years ago, right? Right after 2020 or something, like right when COVID hit, when COVID hit, I had a team of maybe 50 or 60. During COVID, during those 3 years, I got up to almost 700 people on my team. And now I'm back down to 140, 143, I think. So I could sit here and cry about that all day long. I know my title, and Shannon and I talked about this. I know my title is a star director, but deep down in my heart, I am trying to be director. I mean, I've been paid at director, but these last few months have been barely. Like, it's been down to the wire, that I've at least hit director numbers. And so it's for me, it is not feeling guilty. It's wanting to work alongside with them, because I have several, and I'm really excited because I have some people going to SFR this year that have never been before, and they're superstar consultants, and their flames kind of gone out. And I'm really excited for what they're going to come back and how they're going to build their team. And I'm hoping a lot of people's lives are going to be blessed when we're down there. We have a $20 join kit this month that is unbelievable. And I mean, it's just, as far as guilty feeling, I'm not really guilty feeling, but I feel like I'm right there in the trenches with my people, because I'm trying to get back to where I was, and the only way to do that is to sponsor new people and work with the ones that want to work, and the ones that you have that are willing to work with you. Like I have people now that, when I message them for the team, they opt out of it. Stop, don't send me a message, and I've had people join me before, and I've sent them messages and they don't even respond to me, So it's like, you can do as much as you can do, but my biggest advice and suggestion is lead by example.
Yeah.
Okay. Lead by example. However you want your business to go, you put your business first, but you also show what you're doing in your business. Okay. That's something big to me. I put my business first, but I'm also showing and sharing with my people to let them know, hey, this is what I did. And I don't care if you copy and paste me. I could care less if you copy and paste me. That just means more people on my team are sharing more stuff. All I ask is that you change the little website things, because somebody did copy and paste one of my join posts one time, and I got their teamy, and there ain't nothing you can do about that, because they didn't change to join on their PWS, and whoever they shared it with, they clicked on mine and joined. But I mean, you got to be able to work with people, but you got to also be able to show people, that I'm a big believer in touchy feely. I'm a hands-on, show me how to do it, put it in front of my, Shannon knows it, put it in front of my face, and I can do it. You tell me what to do and I can do it.
Yep.
Don't ask me to read nothing. She knows that. I'm not going to read. So, I'm more of those, tell me what to do and I will do it. So you got to be willing to work with them. So,
I think another thing, I was thinking about this is that if I know when I go to bed that I showed up and that I did what I needed to do, and there wasn't anything I didn't do, I will tell you one thing. This is us just being vulnerable. Whenever I became a director, I thought I had to make it look perfect. I thought I had to make it look like I had all the things and I could balance all the plates. And I didn't let anyone know where the cracks were. I didn't let anyone know where I was struggling. So when I had people that were under me become directors and they were struggling, they were mad at me. Why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you tell me about business hours? Why didn't you tell me, this? And I was like, because I think I just wanted to make it look like I was a good leader. Right. That's where I felt guilty. That's where I came in saying I was a horrible leader because I didn't let them know that you don't have to answer the phone all the time, that you need to have a 24-hour rule. I was practicing these things, but I would answer their calls. I would tell them, hey, I'll get back with you in 24 hours. But as soon as they would call me, I would answer it. I was not practicing the things that I knew I should. And therefore, I was being a role model, but I was being a role model on how to make your business blow up and burn, because you're going to get burnt out the way that I was representing it. And that was early on, because I can tell you, Annette can tell you, all of us who were new back in 2009, 2010, whatever, we didn't know what we were doing. We had no idea what we were doing. And we were just trying to figure it out ourselves. And so if it worked, we thought, oh, this works. Now we're going to teach everybody how to do this. But that's not how it is anymore. Your business shouldn't look like mine. No. Your business shouldn't look like Michelle's. Your business should look like yours. And your leadership shouldn't look like mine, unless it's something that you have that same kind of, servant leadership or whatever you want to call it. But your leadership is you. And the one thing that I had to go back and redo was I had to go back to people and say, if I gave you an expectation that was not realistic, I am so sorry. And now whenever someone comes onto my team, whenever someone becomes a leadership level, I know that a lot of you guys have sat with me whenever we've seen other directors promote underneath you, where I'm like, let's talk expectations. What are your expectations of me? Here's my expectations of you. And what is your expectations of yourself? Now that we got all that out of the way, there is no confusion. We know what those expectations are. So if they're like, oh, well, I'm assuming that you're going to call me every Tuesday and you're going to do this, whoa, that's not realistic. But in the beginning, I made it look like that's what you had to do. So that's like my vulnerable part of feeling guilty. When I saw people not make it, I can look back and look at all the people who probably left that were leaders back in 2010, 2011. And I do think I made it look too hard. You want to make your business look like anybody wants it. You want to make everybody want your business. You want everybody to want your job. I think that's what we call it. And you want people, when you're doing parties. Annette would tell you, I used to walk into parties with like 5 bags, tables. I just wanted to show it all. And Annette was like, Shannon, I'm with you, helping you set this up. And I don't even want to be a consultant. And I'm like, what? I want to show them everything. And so we figured out, because no one told us, condense it into one bag. And then she was like putting it in, like, what you call those things? What you call it? You pop them.
Oh, the bubble wrap?
Yeah, bubble wrap. There you go. And you just learn on the way. So Sarah, don't beat yourself up, because there's so many things that you actually can use those lessons of when you feel that guilt to be able to look and say, why do I feel guilty? And be able to teach it to the next person. So you don't want to carry that kind of leadership, because that kind of leadership where you feel guilty, you're telling yourself you're not enough. And then those people are going to know that you don't think you're enough. So they're not going to think that they're enough. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's almost like a generational curse. And you are enough. You are amazing. And that would tell you how many, you are enough. And when you get into that place and you make someone else's failures feel like your own, it can put you in a very, very dark place. So that's my, advice, is that don't let someone else's failures do that for you. And also don't take their successes as yours either. Their successes are theirs, and you make sure that they know that they're theirs.
Yeah.
because I tell people all the time, if you're going to take credit for that success, or if you're going to take credit of her failure, are you going to take credit for her success? Like, no, that was all her. I'm like, then why are you taking credit for her failure?
Mhm.
See what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense.
And
But
I've noticed a lot of people lately are saying, and Sarah commented on this too, um, that you don't have that excitement anymore, or people say you don't have that excitement for your business anymore. Um, I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of people struggling. A lot of people
we
struggling.
were just talking about it.
But yeah, but you have the chance to make people see what you feel about this business.
Mhm.
I am so excited about this business. I cannot wait to see what something new is coming. I cannot wait for me to retire and be able to do this full time and work in my office and deliver Scentsy and porch drops and all this other stuff, making samples. I cannot wait for that. That is what excites me, is because I can see a future still in this business. I can see a future still in this company. And I know some people get burnt out and stuff like that. I don't really get burned out because I don't do things over and over and over and over and over and over and over until it gets boring. Okay. There comes a point whenever you can get boring and you can lose the excitement for your business, but you got to physically, verbally, and almost spiritually say, this is what I'm excited for. I am about to bust a gut to find out what that new LTO is. I mean, I cannot. I mean, when Dan took it and he did it flat like that, I am thinking in my mind, what was under that hat that he can touch that is flat, that's going to be something wonderful and amazing, So I mean, and it's just, to me, it's all the excitement. Like today when I got that message about the flash sale, I'm like, heck yeah, Cincy, they really do love us and they care about us. And believe it or not, they see what we post in social media. Yes, there is a director's page. Yes, there is a star director and a superstar director's page. But there's people that look at every person's post, not just the directors and above. Okay, they have people that look. If you tag Cincy or you tag something like that, they're going to look and see how you're promoting this or whatever. People can tell the way you feel about your business and what you're doing by little things like that whenever you post about them. Okay, they can tell if you're down in the dumps, or I'm having a terrible month, I need somebody to help me, get enough to make active or whatever. They can see that, they can sense that, and they can feel your non-excitement, I guess you could say, for that. But if you come out and say, oh my God, I'm like only $150 away from my month, they don't know what your monthly goal is. If it is 200 to get active, all you got to do is say, oh my God, I only need like 6 people to buy 6 packs of wax for me, and then I'm going to meet my monthly goal or whatever. They don't know you don't have a $2,000 monthly goal. They don't know where you are. But if you sit there and say, I'm going to lose my business if I don't get somebody to buy some wax. I mean, you have to do it in a positive way to get that positive reinforcement back. That's me. I'm a positive person. So, I mean, you have to be like that.
You got to look at how far you've come.
Yes.
You don't want to look at how far you got to go.
Yes. And don't quit.
Yeah.
Who knows what tomorrow's going to bring?
Yeah.
That one person that could have changed your whole business might message you tomorrow. And that's what I tell a lot of my people. Think about what you're doing. Think about, what you want to do. And I know some people are, really down. They're upset. I got a lot of ton of superstar consultants, and they're just like, I'm losing my team. I'm losing this. I said, but you don't know when that person's going to message you tomorrow and say, hey, I saw that $20 join kit and I want to join. And they are a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give yourself up for that.
And I'll give you an example. I was at Starbucks earlier, and I was with a friend who is a realtor, and she was talking about the market and just how the housing is kind of crazy right now and all this stuff. And she's just like doom and gloom, doom and gloom. And I'm sitting there at the table, and I had like my little notebook that I have in there with me, and I'm just kind of like plugging things in. And she's like, "What are you doing?" Because we were like 4 people. I said, "I'm putting in my Scentsy orders."
Mm-hmm.
And she was just like, your business is doing well. I'm like, oh yeah, I got like 8 people who want 10 bars. Do you want any? I said, you need closing gifts? And she was just like, oh my gosh. And she messaged me later and said, is it really $20 to join? So it was funny because she was doing all doom and gloom, and here I am like, nope, I'm good. I'm doing great. And so it's all about the way you are going to see it. And remember, since he has been in the trenches with us,
Mhm.
I mean, the consultant support does not have a job if we don't have a job.
Right.
You know, Cincy Home Office does not exist if there is no consultants.
Mhm.
And Chuck reminded them of that in Hawaii. He actually was talking to like the staff and everybody, and he was like, "Look, I was telling everybody, we have to make the consultants happy, or we don't have a job." And he's like, "So we're not out to like do something that would harm your business. They're always going to look out for you." And they want you to stay. And if they do leave, I think I've even heard of exit interviews from Cincy, where they'll message you and stuff and find out, why you left. Because they want to be something that people feel a family in and part of it. And now that Heidi and Orville are back, is going to be amazing. Which leads us to our next topic of SFR.
But let me say one more thing.
Yeah.
It's like Shannon said, this really got my mind thinking about this, the exit interview and the enter interview. If you don't ask what happened, or what can you do different, then it's never going to change for them. Okay, you have to be the driving force that says, let's sit down, let's talk, but tell me what you want to change this time that you didn't do last time. How can I help you change that? You need to help them be, and yourself, be the changing point. To me, this helps my leadership. Okay, whenever I'm finding out more about the people, like the two of my reinstates, they weren't on my team before, they weren't under me before, so I have no clue how they ran their business, what they did with their business, or any of that kind of stuff. So this to me was golden, because I never really thought about, I've talked to them and everything, but I've never really actually talked to them, never really actually made that connection, to make a change in their business to where they do want to stay and they do want to work their business and be a part of a successful team. So that you got to make sure that you talk enough to learn what needs to change this time.
And I'm going to add one more thing to that. I remember there were like 2 or 3 people that left me, like terminated under me, and went to another place. And then told me the reason they did it is because they felt like that person would help them be more successful.
Mhm.
And I remember it beating me up. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm horrible. I'm such a bad leader, whatever. And I could have easily gotten really mad. I could have done all the things that I wanted to do because they told me to myself. 3 people told me this person will help me be more successful than you did. And I could see their journey because I could watch it, and because they were like still in the group, and they terminated underneath that other person. And all of a sudden I see reinstatements under me of these people. And when I did these little interviews with them last year, they realized it was them. It wasn't anything to do with who they went under and who they were under. They needed to get away from me to be able to see that no one can make you have success unless they do your business for you. No one can. So when they came back to me, they were like, it was me. It was me. I was the problem, like the Taylor Swift song. I was the problem. And so now I'm really ready to do this. And I was very thankful they left and went somewhere else for a while, because I had beat myself up. And when they came back, I was just like, okay, let's see what happens. And like 3 of them are already at Star Consultant and from last year. And other girls still, I think, are certified. But it's just the fact that it was a belief system that had to happen inside them. So you never know. If someone leaves you and they go somewhere else, just stay in touch with them and relationships. Yep, exactly. Okay, good. I'm glad that's making you feel better. But now, SFR?
Yes, I'm so excited. I really can't. We are leaving Friday morning to go down to Orlando. I'm not excited about the heat. That's what all of this breaking out on my face came from the 4th of July when it was hot, hot, hot. I got my little fan
I know I'm gonna
you
feel
know.
this one.
And look, okay, we got the fans going. Let me just tell you, I've been shopping at Five Below. But we here you can turn that. I think
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
here you can
That
turn
is
that one.
so cool.
I used this one the other night when I was making my stuff, my Happy Mail. But I mean, it's going to be fun and it's going to be huge. Okay, now if you went to Charlotte last year, there was a lot of up closeness and a lot of people didn't get into each room to take some pictures. Like I never made it into the holiday room to
Neither.
take pictures of the products. I mean, there was just that you just there was places that you couldn't go. I never made it into the breast cancer room with all of those things in there. I didn't get in, the lines were too long for that. Um, but I was looking at the map, and this one is, y'all, this one is huge. This one is so big, and it's going to be so spread out that I feel like we're going to have the time to do the things that we need to. If you haven't looked at the agenda, they put the agenda out. You should be getting emails. Like I've already gotten like 3 emails of things that they're doing and things that you need to do. I got one today about a report that you need to print out. So you should have got that email. If you didn't, be looking for it. There's a special report that's just special to your business. That's going to be, they're going to be doing something with that. So you need to print that out and take that with you, or, download it to your iPad or something. But this year is going to be really, really big. And there's going to be a lot of new stuff. I think that last year, we got to experience some new stuff. I love the fact of going in and doing the fragrance and smelling the 3 notes and stuff like that. I really did like that. And, I think it's like Sarah said, you're a visual learner. Yes, I am a visual learner. I'm a touchy feely kind of person. Like I want to pick it up and I want to smell it and I want to do all the things. So I think they're going to have a lot more stuff like that. Make sure you go to the sound bites that you signed up for. I know some people are going to be going to parks and some people are going to be going to all the different places while they're down there. But remember why you're down there. Don't forget to show up for the things that you need to help your business. I was talking to my husband about the schedule because he typically does not go with me because this is my week to like hone in and learn and go to all the different trainings. And I'm so glad expos are back. I'm so glad consultant trainings are back. I'm doing a Wednesday at 11 on my systems.
And a Thursday.
And so I'm glad that that's back because that used to be it for some of the other ones that I've been to where the actual consultants are teaching you what they do, so you can actually see some stuff. So, but my husband's going with me this year because he didn't want me driving by myself to Florida. So I was like, I'm going to be going a lot. So you're going to be at the Airbnb with Lizzie. So our dog is going with us. So, but I mean, make sure you're showing up for the things that will help your business. Okay. And if you need to like map it out, like sit down, write something out. I did that. I color blocked. I printed out a week and I color blocked and sent it to Shannon. Like, this is where, I'm going to be. This is the time that I'm going to be at the convention center. And, just make sure that you're planning out your time. And you can also have fun, but you also need to remember that, this is your business. This is the one time in the year that home office comes to you, that you get to do all the things. And even if you're virtual, plug into that. There's a lot of people that are virtual this year. And I am very thankful again that Cincy did streaming virtual and full virtual, because if you are full virtual and you pay for full virtual, you're going to get all of the giveaways that we get as an in-person kind of thing. And I don't think they've ever done that.
No,
have they ever
they've
done that?
never done that.
I don't think they've ever done that before. So that's something you'll get it after we come back. They'll ship those out to you guys. But I think that's something huge that I think is really good, because I know on my team I have a lot more people signed up this year for virtual than I have in years past, and I actually have 4 of us are going to be down there in person. So I'm really, really, really excited about
And we need to get all the virtual people together on a group page because I have a bingo for them
yes,
that we can do.
yeah, that would be huge. Yeah,
And to be able to keep everybody interacting. But I think the most important thing about SFR is just to make sure that sometimes it gets, like she said, we were very close last year. And they said this year that everything's gonna be spaced out and give you a lot more time. So if you do get a chance to take a picture with a product, I really suggest doing that. I used to be one of those that would just go and take pictures with my phone. So if you do get a chance to put the new buddy or do whatever, do it, because when people see the picture, but you've actually seen it and held it and touched it, a lot of times they will like say, okay, well, I trust her. I like her. I'm gonna buy from her.
That is something new they're doing this year.
Mhm.
You know that?
What?
They're actually having a selfie room with products.
Oh yeah, they did
So
say that.
they are gonna have a selfie room with products. So they're gonna have
That's
one
right, I
room
forgot
that
about
has the
that.
product like on display that you can't like pick up and touch. But they're also having selfie rooms. So if you want to like pick up a warmer or you want to say like, hey, you know, here's this and take your picture with this, your selfie picture with that or whatever, you're able to do that now because they're gonna have a separate room for that.
That's
Like
right.
the cords are gonna be gone from the warmers, so you'll be able to like hold the warmers. They're not gonna have cords and things in them. So they're actually gonna have a picture take, dump all your pictures. Okay, go and get your camera, get your phone ready, dump all of your pictures now, and go ahead and clean that off so you'll have plenty of room on your phone. I did that. I dumped onto Google Photos 26,000 photos a couple of weeks ago, so I have plenty of room on my phone now. But they are doing that this year, and I really like that
I
because
forgot
last
about that
year,
because it takes away from everybody having to wait.
yeah, yeah, and you just walk around, pick up what you want to pick up, and you know do that. So they're going to have a selfie room, so you'll be able to do that.
And if you are, I'm trying to remember how virtual is working, but if you are going in person, our team, our group meeting is on Thursday from 12 to 1.
Okay.
And so if you are interacting and you're virtual and you want to zoom in, we can open up a Zoom room so you can be part of this.
Sarah, Google Photos is going to be your friend. Does not take up any computer space on your disk. And you can I can literally take a picture of Shannon right now and it's going to be on my phone and it's going to be automatically sent to Google Photos. So you need to pull up Google Photos. I think it's $2. Not well, I got the one that is $9.99, but that's because I got like 2 terabytes because clearly I offloaded 26,000 pictures. So I take a lot of pictures, but they do have like a $99 one for like 1 gigabyte or $2.99 for like something like that. But you don't have to I paid that too because well then your pictures, hook your phone up to where your pictures automatically go there. It doesn't take any disk space. So
Yeah.
you won't have to worry about that. And they don't ever disappear. I got photos back from 2013 whenever I first started that. So you can actually do that to where you don't take up computer space. They're in a cloud. They're in the Google Cloud, wherever the Google Cloud is.
And we should
They're out
have
there.
we should have a group, and I think you added your people to it, the SFR group.
Uh-huh.
We should have like a chat that everybody who is going to be there in person should be in this chat. That way you guys know where we are at all times.
Yeah.
If like, you know, because you don't have to be with us. That's not mandatory. But at least you'll know where we're sitting or if we're going
Team
to go
picture.
eat or team picture will be
Yeah.
at this time and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So are there any questions about anything? Is anybody new going for the first time? And there's some people like watching on here. You can see them commenting.
Oh yeah.
But I'm really excited, like really, really excited. But does anybody have any questions at all about SFR, about anything to expect, or you just ready to go? You can just
Yes.
unmute yourself.
Yes, we have started this year's chat.
Yeah.
I don't. Who is that? It says iPhone 24.
Now, who is that?
Casey. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, she's not in it.
You thought you were in there.
I thought you were in it. Okay. All right. We'll make sure you're in it because you need to add your people to it. How did that not happen?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway. So you weren't in there for all the t-shirt stuff and or anything. But you already had your t-shirt, so you were good. Because we ordered some of your t-shirts. So, okay, she just added you.
Mhm.
And then you can add your people. So that's probably why. I remember adding you, but yeah, Facebook has been crazy.
Mhm.
So anyway, well, it's like 10. So does anybody have any questions or anything? Hopefully there's a lot of things to be excited for. And oh yeah. If this works with you, Annette, I kind of like thought so. But what we say, August 18th or something like that. August 18th is a Sunday or something. It was 17th or 18th. I don't remember. We were thinking about doing a sample day of all the new samples.
Yes.
Yeah.
17th, 18th is a Sunday. 17th
Okay.
is a Saturday.
So I'll find out from her. I know that we talked about it, but do it like we did old school a long time ago, all the samples, all the whiffs, all the things. It'll be really fun. You can totally Zoom with us and watch with, but Sarah, maybe you can, if there's people in your area also, maybe you can invite them over and do it along with us on Zoom. We've done that with a lot of people. When we used to have a leader like in Colorado, and she would get on there in Colorado.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, we were thinking about doing that like right away. I'll be coming back from my Belize trip, so hopefully I'll be okay.
Well, I mean, and plus that gives us time to get the new season sales kits, which is August. You have to buy a new season sales kit for that's your
What's
incentive
this
thing.
month?
This month is sell 3 of the LTOs.
That's right.
And they did say the LTO is a warmer and a wax bar.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what it is. It's going to be a warmer and a wax bar, but we don't know. It was under the hat, so we don't know what it is. But we do know it's a warmer and a wax bar. But for August, if we do like the 17th or 18th, that gives us time to get our new season sale kit in, so we can have all the stuff to make the samples with.
Yep. Exactly. So I think this is going to be really, really, really fun. Beetlejuice.
Beatles. I know. I cannot wait for all the things.
That's funny.
Cannot wait.
Yeah. Okay. Did I see that we can get our kit starting July the 22nd?
Is that for virtual, Casey?
July the 22nd. Wait a minute. When is it that we
come home on the 21st? No, the sales kits. I did see that. I think I did see that. For those that are doing SFR, I did see that we're gonna have early access to that.
That is one thing. I wonder virtual. I bet they're doing it for virtual too. If you are
Yeah.
signed up for SFR, a lot of times you get to get things before other people.
Yeah,
And you even get stuff in the consultant store.
yeah. But remember, there might be like a time frame, because I think last year they did something like that, and there was only like a 2 or 3 day time frame that you could get it, or you have to wait till August the 1st.
Yeah, but if we get it early, it won't count towards our incentive.
What's all this?
Maybe not, because you're right. Well,
I think that they would give it to you.
they
if
might
you
would
bought
give it. Yeah, they might would give it to you. It just says buy a new season set, but we need to find out. Well, you're right, Casey. We need to find out what that timeline will be. But July's incentive is going to be extended through August because they waited half a month to tell us. Okay.
She said in the commemorative warmer. That's what she said.
Somebody said the commemorative warmer is going to be a giveaway this year. So I don't quote me on that, because
Don't
that's rumor on
That's
the
the
pages.
rumor. That's the rumor. We don't
rumor
know.
on the pages, because they haven't showed us what it is yet. So somebody said that it's going to be like some kind of a giveaway for us, a 20-year
20-year
giveaway
anniversary.
or something. So, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what it's going to be. But you do have the month of July. You have through August to sell 3 of whatever this new LTO is, since it's going to be revealed at SFR.
Yep. So I think that's good. All right. Any questions or anything? I'm glad I could come here and do this.
Right.
This is awesome.
Fun.
All right.
Any
Well,
questions on that?
I don't see any questions. Any questions on Facebook Live?
No.
I don't see any questions, especially.
All righty.
All right, y'all. Well, then we'll see
We
you
gotta
later.
squeeze y'all next week.
Yeah.
We're not doing this. We're not doing our leadership lounge Tuesday, because we'll be there, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
next week was supposed to be leadership lounge.
I think everybody, well, a lot of people on there. We'll find out who's going to be there and who isn't going to be there.
Okay. All right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right,
All
y'all.
right.
I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Squeeze you next week.